thing that you need to know about me and where I come from is that a few years ago, mountain biking was not known in my community. It was basically the sport for the rich.
This sport probably was once classified as an elitist sport, far from the reach of the ordinary youngster or any person in a rural community, in a township.
It's a miracle for them to see the black woman on a mountain bike.
Journey on being part of the Absa Cape Epic really started in 2011 when 3 of our executive management teams decided to participate in riding the Cape Epic for the first time. They wanted to raise 1.5 million rands for charity. But what we were most amazed by is not only the great achievement that the guys did, but the real realization that, we just couldn't find any black guys in this very exciting sport. I mean, it really hit us hard right there, and we said, this is it. We just have to do this thing. We had to go and now share this dream to the likes of Kevin and say, Kevin, as Exxaro, we want to play a big role, in this sport. And at the same time, playing a critical role jointly with yourselves to transform our society, using this event as a platform to doing that. Can we do it together? We couldn't have done it without forming this structure, which was the Mountain Biking Academy. We've got Sipho Nkosi, our CEO, to thank for this great vision. It required that we put all the necessary resources to ensure that this thing becomes sustainable going into the future and being able to go into the communities where our minds are to say, where can we find this talent sitting here?
The Academy hosts regional races throughout Mpumalanga, Waterberg and obviously Gauteng. We end up bringing guys from the community and giving them a chance to actually do a race and experience a race even though they haven't done much riding themselves.
The ongoing goal is to introduce mountain bikes to the community. They start to change their mind, to realize that this is opportunity, so somebody can change his life out of mountain biking.
They get full-on support in kits, supplements, bike servicing.
But everything that pros have. In 2 weeks' time, we're gonna move to a house, which is Exxaro bought us. I mean, something interesting for me. It's like we're gonna stay there, train together, and then I think it will be awesome for us.
In this process, we have touched the lives of over 100 youngsters who are part of this academy.
At first, when I told my mom that I was the first black South African woman to cross the finish line, she cried. I saw a tear in her eye.
She came with this trophy, the black one, and I'm very excited and I'm surprised.
As these youngsters are coming out of these communities, obviously the people back home are wanting to understand, what are these youngsters doing? What is this mountain biking? They're looking at their kids. The neighbors are looking at their kids. And suddenly they're saying, whoa, this is actually very exciting.
When I get the interview on TV at the Absa Cape Epic, I was actually thinking that there's someone younger that is watching me. I said to myself that this year I have to definitely make it. There's no going back. I have to make them proud.
The medals behind me here are just a motivation for me to show people in the community that the sport is very important.
The small opportunities you get, if you use that, you can eventually make wonders in your life. So for me, Exxaro gave me that chance, and for other kids, there's a lot of them who eventually have that chance. Even, Prince and Philemon, they're even going overseas because of Exxaro.
I feel a little bit nervous for traveling overseas for the first time. Actually, not knowing what to expect, but just knowing that I'm going to ride a bike.
Coming from the Epic eventually changed my mindset because it showed me that you know everything is possible. You can eventually do everything if your heart wants to and if you only want to.
This small house doesn't determine my future. Only my dreams determine my future.
There will be a world champion, cross-country champion right from Exxaro because you know they're eventually doing a whole lot for us, and it's up to us how we use it because what they're doing is a very great thing.
These tears are just for joy because just the support is just so overwhelming.
You take a youngster from a community just through a simple sport can get themselves to realize their true potential and self-worth as an individual. From that self-belief, that individual is self-empowered to be able to say, I can do anything with my life. I can be anything in my life. It's the choices I make that can get me there. To get that mindset shift in itself is a transformational experience, because now you've unleashed within that individual any powering possibility that they can be whatever they want to be in